She pressed her spoon into the untouched crème brûlée, then quietly set it aside. Her eyes met mine. Not with anger, not even sadness, just that drained emptiness that comes after too many endings. If you really want to give me something, she said slowly, leave my life. It was her birthday. The one I had planned down to every last detail. Imported wine she once raved about. A private rooftop with the skyline she always said she wanted to dine under. The playlist built from our memories. And the same navy shirt she once called irresistible. I didn't say a word. Just looked at her, took a long sip of my scotch, and gave a single nod. All right. Her brows lifted slightly. Maybe she expected anger, a breakdown, desperate questions. But all that had passed quietly months ago. I had already mourned the relationship alone in silence. The late-night messages she thought I didn't notice, the subtle shift in her tone. The new password on a phone that used to buzz openly on our kitchen counter. I noticed everything. She wasn't mine anymore. That part, I could have lived with. But she let me keep loving her while planning my replacement. That wasn't heartbreak. That was cruelty. So when she said she wanted me gone, she thought she was winning. She thought she was finally shedding dead weight. What she didn't know was that I had been preparing to walk away since the night she mumbled another man's name in her sleep. That was the moment the illusion cracked. We met in college, fell hard and fast. She once said being with me made her feel safe, like the world couldn't touch her. I wore that idea like armor, tried to be her shelter. 6 years, 3 cities, 1 house, 1 dog, and no children, her choice. Not yet, she used to say. We'll wait till everything's solid. I thought we already were. Then I saw the receipt. 2 entrees, 2 drinks, signed with her handwriting on a night she claimed to be at a spa retreat with friends. I didn't confront her. I observed. Over the next few weeks, I bought a second phone, placed a tracker in her car, and hired a discreet investigator who gathered more than I ever expected. Photos, messages, audio. 3 months of undeniable proof. She wasn't just cheating. She was calculating. She shifted funds into a private account, spoke to a lawyer, and mapped out her escape. Not from love, but from a shared life she intended to strip before she left. So I let her think she was in control. I played the loving husband until I wasn't. 2 days after her birthday dinner, she returned to a shell of a home. Furniture gone. My belongings removed. Every account we once shared emptied of her name. The house. Sold. I had full ownership and had negotiated a silent, fast sale with a real estate firm. Her car? Repossessed. It was in my name and I had made every payment. Her credit cards? Declined. I had them all canceled. Bank access? Revoked. The only thing I left behind was the dog, and a letter. It read, "You asked me to leave. I listened. But let's not pretend this was ever about love. You weren't looking for happiness. You were waiting to win. You mistook silence for weakness. Enjoy your freedom. I enjoyed watching you choke on it." She tried to call me, 23 times. Then blocked me. Then messaged me from a fake account, pretending to be someone named Sarah from HR. I ignored it. She reached out to my family, spinning tales about a mental breakdown. They asked for my side. I showed them the evidence. The texts, the photos, the recordings where she laughed and called me her little fool. They never asked again. A week later, she showed up at my office. Wet hair, no makeup, eyes puffy, coat I bought her from Prague wrapped tightly around her like a shield. "I have nowhere to go," she said. I nodded. "I have nothing." "I know." She looked at me like she was seeing a stranger. Maybe she was. Maybe she forgot that the man who would have done anything for her might also be the one capable of walking away without looking back. "You planned this," she whispered. I didn't lie. I did. "You wanted to destroy me." "No," I said. "I just wanted you to understand what it feels like to be left with nothing." Her eyes filled, but no tears fell. Pride still clung to her even in the wreckage. "You could have just divorced me." "So could you." She had no reply, just stood there, wrapped in the consequences of her own decisions. She had gambled on my kindness, underestimated what pain can shape a person into. She thought I wouldn't change. She thought wrong. They say revenge doesn't heal. I agree. It doesn't mend what's broken. But it does bring closure. It seals wounds so they can't be reopened. No lingering ache. No wondering. I moved a couple of states over. New city, new number, fresh start. Even changed the name on the mailbox. I still visit the dog now and then. He lives with my cousin. He still remembers me. His tail wags when I walk through the door. The only part of the past I miss. As for her, last I heard, she's staying with her sister, working a low-wage job, trying to rebuild. The man she left me for disappeared the moment her resources dried up. I don't celebrate her downfall. I don't gloat. But when the night is still and the wind brushes past like a whispered memory, I sometimes think of that rooftop. Her face when she believed she'd won. And I sleep just fine.